right, Mustang junkies. It's your boy Savar Matner. I'm back in my 5.0. Where do I begin? For those of you that have been watching my channel for at least the last 2 or 3 years, you know that I own a supercharged 2020 Gen 3 6-speed premium 5.0. It's equipped with the G2 G3 intercooler combo from ESS. It had the 125 on it. I swapped down to the 129. I'm running the 110 on pump gas. 10.5 pounds of boost. Stock clutch now. Stock transmission with the bar short door shifter with stock throwout bearing. BBK long tubes. High flow cats, X pipe cats going to come off here over the next few weeks. Stock axle back. Got 355s in the rear. It's tuned by Love with Engage in here. I got some S&R lowering springs on the car. It's down, it's lower by an inch. Some cosmetic stuff. I got their brake and rotor package and stream contact package. As well as I'm running extreme conduits on the goddamn car. It's a streaming car pretty fucking much. I said I got the bar short door shifters trans-mounted. I got the NGK spark plug gaps at 0.028 with FIC 1000s in the car. With the Vortex booster pump, with the precision. I went from a tile back to the precision blowout valve on the car, and you know, the car is running phenomenal. I think I hit every damn thing. Oh, I got UPR dual ventilated catch can, so it's the dual inlet with the one vent to it and a single catch can to breathe the crankcase, and I also got their PCV that you can adjust the jets on. Right now there's no jet in there, but you know, other than that, that's all the miles in the car. The next major mod that's going to happen to this car is going to be a fuel system, because I'm going to run E85 eventually, and I'm going to change out the axle back and probably go with some Flowmasters or something like that. This won't be a track car. I know somebody will say, well, you got BBKs in the car. It's not going to be a track car or drag car. I'm not going to be taken to a drag strip, but if you want like the most power and you're a serious street racer, or you're a serious, you know, drag strip driver, then I will opt for you to go with a more expensive long tube header exhaust setup. Something like Cooks or Stainless Works or some shit like that, but you might spend some serious money. Especially if you're trying to make a lot of big power. If you're trying to make a lot of power, BBK is not what you want. BBK told me their high flow cats can withstand about 800 horsepower, and you know, I'm making close to 7 now. So I'm well away from that threshold. But you know, I'm gonna be running catalyst here real soon, and then when it's time for emission tests, I'll throw the cats back on and go in for emissions. Now, with that being said, why I went back to the stock clutch? So when I first supercharged the car, I went with the RXT McLeod, right? And it was on the stock shifter at the time, on the stock tranny. The clutch wasn't the reason why the tranny went out, the first tranny. I did a transmission flush. I had like 30,000 miles in the car. I want to do a fucking flush. Now, for those of you that's not aware, you can change the fluid, but you don't want to do a flush unless it's a brand new transmission and you just want to really, you want to make sure everything's clean out, then you want to fill it, right? Or if you're doing a transmission rebuild with all new gears, you want to fill it and flush it, right? And fill it properly. But anytime you have a used transmission, like how that one was, you have friction material that's in the transmission, because the gears, even though you got fluid, those gears still rub from time to time, and so you'll get some friction in there. That friction is what causes the gears to engage and properly to turn. Well, you slap on a blower on the car, you do a transmission flush, you put a new clutch on the car, you bring it in, and then you go for a 1-2 pull. Shit just gave. So at that point in time, I decided to go on ahead and go with the short door shifter from Barton with a new transmission installed. I let Amco put that in on the same clutch. Okay. I asked the guy, and I got the audio. And you gotta believe I let you listen to the motherfucking audio. I asked the guy if he know how to do it before I took the car up there. He said yes. It's Amco's transmission shop, right? And so what ended up happening was, take the car up there. You already got the transmission now, and I brought like a shitload of transmission oil. Them got half that bag. I brought like 10 bottles of transmission oil. Take 2.5 to fill this car, but whatever. So double mounted the shifter, pretty much. He didn't even know how to find second gear in the car. I didn't know at the time the shifter was double mounted. So after I found second gear in the car, I went to drive it around. The car was okay. At low RPMs, the gears won't lock out. But I went from my first, second gear hung up. And then it went in. After it hung up, it went in. And at that time, I didn't realize I had damaged the synchro at that time. Because every now and then it would go in, but a lot of times, even at certain RPMs, it would kick me out of that particular gear. Well, I found out as I was doing my own inspection of the car that he had the shifter trans mounted and body mounted, but he left the gear selector rod free of movement. And that's not how these shifters go in. Either you trans mount it and keep the selector rod stable by putting 2 bolts in there and putting the trans mount on, or you body mount it and let the selector rod arm be free, so you can move with the body of the car. The car go up and down suspension, so you mount the body goes up and down. Trans doesn't move. The trans is mounted to the actual axle. The axle, the body of the car doesn't move. It's just the frame of the car, the suspension, right? So when it's trans mounted, it needs to be one solid piece because it moves with the axle of the fucking car. So I ended up damaging the synchro because of that. But before we found that out, we swapped clutches because we thought maybe the clutch was causing a lot of the problem. So we swapped clutches. I went with the spec super trim SS clutch, had like a dual flywheel, dual clutch setup, and had it put in. Same issue, but the throwout bearing went out. Then realized that it was a shim that's supposed to go for the throwout bearing on the clutch, so the clutch can have proper travel. So once I realized that it was a synchro, because after we got that shim, put it back in, I kept having a second gear issue, so I took it to Ford. I said, fuck it, I'm gonna take it to Ford. Ford verified the synchro was gone, and that we needed another shim. So Ford put the transmission in with that clutch in the shim. I went out to AMCO. They did the right thing, okay? But I was still having an issue with that particular clutch. And it went on the bad transmission first before the new transmission. So I believe the clutch wasn't properly seated. So I was coming back from Texas 2 weeks ago, got to Louisiana, and I have been calling Spec and telling Spec. Spec was like, no, the clutch has got to be broken into more. You just got to keep on, driving the fucking car. Just drive it. So I would notice that certain gears, especially first, second, sometimes second, third, even third, fourth, you would go to clutch in and you grab the gear, you can feel gear, like the clutch wasn't fully disengaging. And at this time, the clutch had well over 16,000 miles. So didn't think nothing of it. I'm coming out of Texas, wasn't even on the car hard. I did a quick downshift, got on the gas, made a quick pass, got to Louisiana, and went to clutch in so I can rest at the rest area so the kids and my cousin got used to the bathroom. And the clutch pedal went to the floor. So I knew exactly I lost hydraulic power, which tells me the throwout bearing was fucked. So I had to get a U-Haul and a trailer and pretty much tow it back to Georgia from Louisiana. And so when I got back, took it to Ford, and what Ford essentially did, and I can verify this, they were like, why didn't you just keep the stock clutch in there? And I had explained to them, well, I supercharged the car. I was told that stock clutch wasn't gonna hold up, not thinking that Whipple builds these cars sometimes from factory with a stock clutch in there. So I verified through Ford that the stock clutches can hold around 700 foot-pounds of torque, because clutch is rated in torque. A lot of us make the mistake and think clutch is rated in horsepower. Torque and horsepower are two different things, right? Torque is what get the car to move. Horsepower is what the engine does to keep the car going up top. So they were like, yeah, man, how much power you making? Told them how much I'm making. They were like, the clutch will hold. And the clutch been in, it got about 600 miles on it now. And it's slick outside, it's been raining, so that's why I'm not going. Knock sensors are happy, because the clutch is taking a lot of that vibration and force away when I'm shifting gears, so it's not rattling the fucking engine. I literally went from a third, fourth pull here earlier before I did this video at about 6,500 RPMs, and normally when I would do that, the fucking knock sensor would wig the fuck out. I went at 6,500 and slammed it and came down, smooth shift. Knock sensors gave me, 3 degrees, just gave it to me, negative knock. So that's what you want. Like it was giving me the power. It was giving me the power. So I did a small 1-2 pull, no problem. Traction's on, but like I say, slick outside. So I went back stock. So everything got warranty back on it besides the engine. I have no issues with the 110 on the car. I literally in 3rd gear. I have yet to take it all the way in the 4th gear, but I seen boost around 8, close to 8. And the cooler it is, the more boost you're gonna make. The hotter it is, the less boost you're gonna make. It's 68 degrees outside right now, so this is ideal boost weather. 55 to about 70 is ideal boost weather. So, well, 55 would be a little bit too cool. So 60 to 70 is like ideal boost weather. So the car is happy, not having an issue with the vehicle. Eventually, what's gonna happen though, as it's gonna be a rainy week, but as it clears up outside, I'm gonna film this car. I'm gonna take it out on an old back road with hardly no traffic, some straightaways that I know, and I'm gonna dialogue for lunch, send them what they need, and then let them tell me if there's anything going on. But the car is healthy. I haven't had an issue. I do know people see ESS and go, oh, well, they say you shouldn't run this pulley based on this. The Coyotes can handle about 12 pounds of boost. Understand on that. Pump gas, not recommended. Add a little octane booster if you're going to take it all the way up into the high RPM band. But relatively speaking, Coyotes can handle about 12 pounds of boost on a 12-to-1 compression on good 93. All right. Now you start getting past 12 pounds of boost, then you're playing with fire. It's recommended at that point in time to run octane booster a lot, or to go to a different fuel like E85 or race fuel, something like that. Because at that point in time, you need octane. You need a lot of it because the compression is high. So I'm running right at 10.5. I think that's a sweet spot in this car. Of course, if I'm being honest with horsepower, it hasn't been dynoed yet, but the G2 right now is blowing with that particular pulley as much air because of PSI as it would if I had a G3 or G3X right on the 120. So if you go with those cars on stock cats and all that, that 8-pound pulley makes about 670. I'm making 3 more PSI, so I'm making roughly about the same. Because if you look at the G3 and the G2, they're identical till you get to about 5,500, 6,000 RPM. And then you normally see a 20 to 30 horsepower difference, okay? So, I give you an example. The 125 millimeter pulley on a G3 blower makes about 620, 615, 620 at about 7 PSI. That same pulley on a G2 makes about 590 to 600. So there's a 30, in some cases 40 horsepower difference. So to offset that, you have to drop at least 2 pulley sizes to up that PSI. So the 115 makes about what the G3 would make, about 630, 640 on the 115. So I'm making what the G2 would make, the G3 would make with a 120 pulley at about 8 PSI because of the airflow. The airflow. I had to up the PSI pulley size to equal that airflow out. So I'm making, if I had to guess, between 670 and 680, 690 would be too generous with cats. I take these cats off, it'll easily go up 700. It'll be right at 7, maybe 715. It'll be somewhere in that area without cats. And then, when you start running E85, E85 probably put it about 740, 750, which is, to me, perfect, right? That's perfect boost, perfect power for this car. That means at the crank, I got a stick shift, it'll be probably pushing close to about 800 at the crank. If it's making about 740, 750 to the tires on the 85. So I love it. I don't have no more intentions of downsizing the pulley. Now eventually this car gonna go to my daughter. She loves it. And she's only 9 right now, so I got a long time. But when I give it to her, I'm probably gonna you know, take the pulley off and just let her run the 125 or maybe the 120. And she'll have the option of E85 or regular gas. And then 120 on G2 with E85, that's about what this car making right now with pump gas. So that'll be good for her. I don't want her to make 750, 760, you know, and trying to drive it. You know, I think that's too much power. Without E85, she'll probably make about 620 on pump, right? So she should be able to handle that, because I'm gonna show her how to drive it properly and all that at a young age, so she'll know exactly how everything functions and flows. But other than that, that is the update. Like I say, right now it's cloudy outside. You can see the roads and slick. So we're not gonna play with this vehicle today. I just want to tell you guys what's been going on. But yes, the car is back. You're driving phenomenal. No issue. I promise you, I have no more issues. Got the fucking bill. That's the bill. You guys can't see it, but that's how much this fucking car cost me to get fixed. That was the bill on this fucking car. So yeah, so I got the bill. It got paid. So yeah, so that's what we're getting at. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned. It's that time of year, more Mustang content. I will be going to a lot of car shows this year, so be on the lookout for that. You're gonna see me at car shows filming and stuff like that. Cause I got guys that mainly watch this channel for car content. I got people that watch my channel just for anime content. I got people that watch my channel just for fitness content. And most of my fitness content will be going on my fitness channel whenever I decide to start to upload that fitness content. I will be linking that channel down below whenever I start to get into that. And then I got people that watch this channel for politics. And so there's a various amount of shit that I talk about. So I know the Mustang guys are gonna love this and everything, because a lot of them been wanting to see what can a 110 pulley do on pump gas. Don't have a problem with it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give it a little tug up here. I got this. It's a little straight. And I end the video. Let me see. Show you guys. Traction gonna stay on though, because it's still a little slick outside. Let me see. Give me a second here. Got to 90 that quick, and like I said, I'm babying it, and that third gear was a little atrocious. I'm babying it because it is a little slick out here. It's a little slick, but we got to about 90 real quick. So that 1-2 pull wasn't too bad. So I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Anyway, been your boy Savar Matner. I'm out, everyone. Peace.